there, go to math.com, click on the algebra. Let's go down to absolute value equations. And let's, what are we doing? 8.1, I believe. If I can find it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Okay, so find the solutions. This should look familiar if you've been working through the problem sets. We've got the absolute value of 2 over 13 x minus 14 and is equal to 31. Alright, so this should be trivial, and sections 8, 9, and 10 are just kind of quizzing you on some previous sections. Alright, so we're just going to be dealing basically with fractions from here on out. Well, maybe not in 9 and 10, but anyway, in this section here, 8. Alright, so let's head over to the whiteboard and get this thing worked out. So we've got the absolute value of 2 over 13 x. Now, I'm just going to say something here real quick. That this fraction right here may not be reduced, and you might need to reduce it down. So, just to give you some heads up on that, you want to reduce that down before you actually go on any further. Okay, so here we go. So we got the absolute values. So step 1, we're going to, well, that's not part of step 1 actually. We're going to drop the absolute value bars. So we're going to write 2 over 13 x minus 14 is equal to 31. So that's one of the equations. And then go ahead and do a little divider bar here. Try to write straight. And so we drop the absolute value bars, 2 over 13 x minus 14, except this time remember, we multiply through by negative over here on this side, which doesn't make much sense, but just follow me. We never did really go over what the definition of the absolute value is. It's a piecewise defined function that is broken up into pieces. But anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and solve for x over here in this equation first. So remember, we take this 14 to the other side, or you can think of it as adding 14 to both sides, however you want to think about that. So we end up with 2 over 13 x is equal to 31 plus 14. Alright. So at this point you should be working a whole lot faster than I am. And of course, if you go by the timer on the web page up in the right corner, that actually times your speed, or it tells you time you should get this completed in. You're going to have to work a whole lot faster than this. So we got 45, we've got 2 over 13x, right, and then we just multiply through by the conjugate to both sides, or you can think of this as moving 13 diagonally up and 2 diagonally down, and that's usually the way I think of it. So we end up with 13 times 45 over 2, and of course we want to reduce that down if we can, and don't see that happening, right? Don't see that happening. So we got 13 times 45, which is 585 over 2. 585 over 2. So let's see if I can squeeze that in here somewhere. X is equal to 585 over 2, so that looks like one of our solutions. Nice lovely number. So we go ahead and do the same thing over here. Basically bring that to the other side, so we have negative 31 plus 14, right? And then we have 2 over 13x, and let's go ahead and get that guy right there. And I'm getting that should be like negative 17. Alright, we'll go ahead and rewrite this, squeeze that in. So bringing 13 diagonally up and 2 diagonally down. And so we're left with, okay, so we've got 17 times 13, which that's not going to reduce down any, over 2, or is it? Let's see, 20 now. Okay, so we end up with x is equal to negative 221 over 2. That's what I'm getting. Alright, so that'd be the other solution. And remember, you can always take this number and come up here and plug it in and hope for the best, right? So you'd plug this in up here, and it better be equal to 31. That's for sure. Something's not right. Okay, so let's remember these two numbers. 580. Is that 585? Yeah, over 2. Negative 21. Negative 221 over 2. Yeah. Okay, so that looks good. I guess we can come up here since we've got a minute or two left. Negative, we're not going to need a minute or two. And make sure that this checkbox is working properly. 5 over 2. Correct. Alright. So you can come on by, test yourself out, check it out, practice, and I'll see you there maybe. Alright, bye.